I'm your friendly neighborhood Endman64, and I'm bringing you the next episode of Mario Kart 8's portion of the Mario Kart Console Tour. Believe it or not, guys, it's only been a few days since I last saw you all. And guess what? They've unleashed all of the Grand Prix courses. We officially have every shiny little thing in 50 and 100cc. Unfortunately, I still have to do Mirror. And good lord, I have a lot to do with 200cc. But, for the sake of argument, we're going to do 150cc, and I'm going to show y'all everything. But for starters, as you can see, we have several new characters. We have Mii's that we can actually customize now. You can see, look at all these things that they've given us. I can have a Mii that's dressed like Birdo and become my own personal festering wart. No thank you. We have our friendly neighborhood Pauline from the Donkey Kong. And of course the Mario Odyssey. Funky Kong is of course back, as is Diddy Kong. Which is probably why Diddy Kong Racing isn't on NSO in hindsight. And then the last but most certainly not least is Peachette. And since Peachette is technically Toadette, I can actually get away with being her. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Stick with our usual our kart combination. And now we're going to take a good look at every single one of the DLC races. This is going to be fun. The problem is, though, they were released in horizontal order. I.e., this to this to this to this to this, to that, to that, to that, to that, to that, to that. So it would be a little weird to do this one in this order, then that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. Though we would still be ending with Wii's Rainbow Road, which is just as awful as I remember it. But I will make the decision of which course I'm going to do next, based on a few other things, but for the first and most obvious thing, let's start with the Golden Mushroom here. The Golden Dash Cup, as it's called. And we get to do our first Super Mario Kart Tour course. The Paris Promenade, as we get to drive through Paris. Look at that Eiffel Tower. It is so beautiful. And the Arc de Triomphe. Ha ha ha. And other French things. Now, these are exclusive courses, these tour ones, exclusive to Mario Kart Tour. Unfortunately, they're going to start canceling online access for Mario Kart Tour, within the next, I think they said the next few months they're going to be completely cutting it off. Which is a shame, but it's to be expected. Nintendo's not the best when it comes to this. But one thing I do enjoy about it is that it gives you a bit of a breather from all like the ordinarily hectic courses that would be in a Mario Kart course when you do these ones. They're obviously not, this is not legitimately like a street in Paris. There's literally, Paris is a massive city, even though I've never been there. But it is nice to have like a bit of a different flair to Mario Kart courses, and you're going to see more of them as we progress, because there are plenty of these types of city races. There's Paris, there's Tokyo, Sydney, Los Angeles, and the most recent ones that were put in were Rome and Madrid, which is fun. It's always fun to go to various European countries. And then, of course, there's New York City, but we'll get to New York City when we get to New York City. For now, it's not too bad, especially since, my God, this looks freaking beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I thoroughly enjoy driving in these tour courses, especially since I didn't get to drive in them because I didn't play tour. I played, like I said, Mario Kart 8 was the last Mario Kart game I legitimately played, and Tour really was not high on my radar. But now, It's actually making me somewhat interested in seeing just what the game could provide. Unfortunately, we all know they're going to be cutting off service for it very soon, if they haven't already. I don't know, future me might have something to say, but you never know with him. He's very sketchy. I thought I had my drink. Oh, here it is. And yes, I know I'm trying to talk about positives about the courses, but I do see that Yoshi and Wario are once again here. I'm just learning to accept it at this point. There are dozens of characters in this game, but evidently those two have to be in every single one of these. You know what? Fine. Fine, 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 fine. As long as I get to see some of these courses. Now this is the kickoff course that begins Mario Kart 7, which is obviously fun. And another game that we're not going to be able to talk about, unfortunately, because I have no way of recording off my 3DS at the moment. I am looking into a way to do so, but honestly, right now, it's really not high on my radar. Mostly because, well, yeah, it's just not really, like, extremely high in imports. Because we got to the big gun. This is the big gun. Anything after this is just icing on the cake. Oh, okay. I guess Isabelle is too cute to hit with a red shell, so I could live with that. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you for giving me more coins, Isabelle. You're a lady and a scholar. Peachette is mid-weight, in case you're wondering. As you can see, her, oh, come on. As you can see, her cart is slightly bigger than Toadette's. Wait, did he have a fireball and a piranha plant at the same time? That is a crock of shit. But I know that red shell is going to come right for me in a second. Unless he fell too far behind, in which case that would be beautiful. Alright, and land here, get a double item. I was actually hoping for a red shell here, but are you freaking serious? They just love to piss me off this game. Okay, red shells. There you go. I'll take it. And one for defense, and we'll call that a race. This was... I'm not going to say that the difficulty is a massive spike up in here, but you can tell that the racers are actually trying in these regards. Like, there would be instances in the last few where, outside of the bullshit of getting hit by like 8 red shells in a row, that they really weren't trying too hard to, you know, keep pace with me. But in this one, it seemed like, oh wow, they want to be right on my rear end. But speaking of courses that they've brought back from earlier games, good lord, look at what they did to Choco Mountain. Choco Mountain used to just be of like a mountainous area. There was nothing really grand or spectacular about it. But now look at it. The course follows basically the exact same layout as it did in Mario Kart 64. And then it also has a few other things, but as you can see, look at this. You go through tunnels. They've given you flight areas. Good lord, I freaking love what they did with some of these courses. It's only going to get better as we progress to later cups. Like, I would honestly say the only one I say they didn't really do too much justice with is Sunset Wilds. And that's just because, like I said, that one is just... I don't understand why they couldn't just do the progressive day to night cycle. But, yeah, what you gonna do? And I know I made a post on Facebook not too long ago as my personal account, but not on as N-Man. But I think Peachette is going to become my new main. She drives really well, her car is extremely balanced, and unlike Toadette, she does not get blown away by the wind, so... That rock almost crushed me, good lord. Oh, okay. Why do they always have red shells? Because you know, the minute... Alright, Dry Bones. Are you becoming the new Wart? So far, you are hell-bent on becoming said Wart. Mega Horn. And you just wasted the Mega Horn. Way to go, dummy. Oh my god, why do they time these freaking lightning so well here? Okay, come on. Hard. Booyah. Okay. Now, just an item for defense. That's all I need. And, of course, I can't even get a freaking item for defense. Alright, hope for the best. Hope for the best. And presto. Yeah, I gotta lie. Even though I'm annoyed and I'm constantly seeing their mugs, Yoshi and Wario have both done nothing so far. Isabelle was just normal racer, and then Dry Bones has been a pain in the ass so far. Ah, look at this. Look at how much my baby has grown. Welcome to Coconut Mall. Arguably, I would say, as much as I know everybody loves Waluigi Pinball, I think Coconut Mall is the most popular course in the history of this franchise. Let's get real here. I don't know a single person who hates Coconut Mall. It's a perfect layout, even with even when it was just the Wii Wheel bullshit that you had to deal with constantly. And it's one of a few courses that's been brought back in multiple games. It's not the first time this has been brought back. It was in Mario Kart 7. And now it's in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And was probably the course, if they gave it up to fan voting, would probably be the one that won. As they're like, oh, well, we're going to put certain boards on certain tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What would you prefer? No matter what, Coconut Mall would be one of those courses that I would pick. And it's not even close. I would say there's maybe the only course I would say that I would have preferred get in over one that, even though that's the problem though, I like all the courses they put in. Like Sunset Wilds would be the only one where I would be like, it's not terrible, but like that would be the only one where I'd just be like, I can live with it, I guess. But if there was one course I would love to see them redo, or even if it was just like in the marathon format, would be Wario Coliseum from Double Dash, because that course is freaking... I love that freaking course. I know it's a personal thing, because a lot of people prefer Waluigi Stadium, but... I don't know, it's a me thing. I just want to get all this stuff done, so basically the rest of this LP can just be the battles, and then when I'm done with the battles, we can do all the versus races. And I've already got a few of the versus races taken care of from earlier recording sessions, so that's actually really good for us. And some of these courses, I will say, are a little bit longer, either than I remember, or they just happen to be longer because we've never driven on them before. Because as you can see here, this one's probably going to be like maybe 15 and a half minutes this episode. Maybe a little less, but I don't know. It's looking like these are going to be very slightly longer than the usual format. I hope they are, because I will say this has been very, very fun to this has been very fun to work with, especially with a game that controls this well, you know. Alright, that is triple stars and a gold trophy on the Golden Dash Cup. And I will see you guys next time when we take on the next of the cups. I have to decide if we're going to go down or if we're going to go up. Or to the right. You get the idea. I will see you guys next time. Until we meet again, sayonara.